Welcome to Snail Mail. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to Friday's episode. Fun segment here on the SnailTrail podcast where we like to go over voicemails that we get from you guys and interact with you and answer questions and get some feedback on the show and some fun topics that we've been covering and talking about. So
yeah, lots of randomness. You guys always call in with different points of views, different ways to look at life, and it's a lot of fun.
I don't like different point of views.
Bull. We didn't have different point of views. This world would be so boring.
It would be super boring.
Yeah. And I'm glad you guys can spark the life into our podcast once again.
Yep.
Like every Friday.
Every Friday. So we got a little bit of a different one today.
Okay.
It's a text message.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it came after.
Didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, right. It came after a bunch of other voicemails, but it's the only text message. So, well, okay, this needs, it's a picture.
Oh,
hold on. Oh, I think it is, Ramsey Racing.
Okay.
He never gave his number, but we were having actually a conversation, I guess, about you getting in touch with Clay.
Yes.
Okay. I don't know what that's about, but
what picture did he send?
A person taking a picture of an elk.
Okay.
Like really, really close to an elk.
Oh, wow.
Like it looks like within 10 feet.
Dang.
It says listening to Photos in Parks episode, which I think was a snail mail. We kind of got into the deep weeds on it.
Definitely.
Influencers don't have shit on Chinese tourists. Dude's buddy came and asked me, is it vicious? Yeah, it's a bull elk in the middle of the rut. There's a reason I have long lens and I have a truck between us. And so I guess the picture he took of a Chinese dude right up next to a bull elk in the middle of rut.
Oh my gosh. The person taking the person in the photo taking the photo of the bull elk, it has a cell phone.
Yep.
So he's getting close to try to get a good photo.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. That's yes.
If you had an iPhone 15, I hear you can like see the moon with that thing. See the craters on the moon with that zoom. So.
See, the difference there is that guy's probably not making any money off of his photos. So he doesn't have to pay any money to take that photo.
That's true. Yeah. That's just crazy. Why the hell would you approach? I
don't know why people, have you seen
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pointer? Jesus, 6 pointer? Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I don't know why anybody does approach animals like that. Have you been seeing the most recent ones about people approaching bison?
The memes or pictures or videos?
Like videos of people like trying to walk up to the bison.
I know that was a big thing last year because somebody got killed by a bison. Yellowstone, was it? If you do follow the National Park Service Instagram, I love that. It's my favorite. Next to Truckee CHP.
Truckee CHP is so good.
Truckee CHP is awesome. National Park Service is amazing. Anybody, if you want some awesome, hilarious outdoor puns and entertainment, National Park Service is amazing.
Yes, absolutely. But there's just videos of like the bison like charging and running at people and stuff, and they're like trying to hide behind trees or whatever to get out of the way. Like, why the hell are you even that close in the first place? It's stupid.
Natural selection.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, absolutely. But thank you for your message, Nick. I have gotten in contact with him, and we are. I need to write a few emails.
Okay.
We might have some good interviews coming up.
Sweet.
Yeah,
I'm excited. Voicemail time.
VMs.
This one is from Uncle Pool.
Oh, nice. Mr. Pool.
See what Mr. Pool's got to say today.
Hey guys, Kevin Boyer. Hey, question. What happened to the wood pucks? You guys were making them, hiding them? Hey guys, Kevin Boyer. Hey, question. What happened to the wood pucks? You guys were making them, hiding them? I haven't seen anything about them. People finding them? Just curious. Haven't heard anything about them. Message you guys about them. But, can we get a little information on what's going on with those? Any updates? All right. You guys have a good one. Bye.
Next topic. Nick DeLuca called in. Just kidding. Jimmy and I are lazy. That's ultimately what it comes down to.
Pretty much. Yeah. The very first time we did them, we farmed them out. The second time we did them, we farmed them out. And then we both bought lasers and we were like, we could do this.
Yeah.
And we never have.
We never did. So, yeah. The first ones we were doing them, what, inch thick, maybe?
No.
3/4 inch?
Half inch.
Half inch? Well,
Maybe.
that can be cut on the laser. We can cut through 1/2 inch wood on the lasers just fine. So,
yeah, it's just a matter of we need to do them.
Yeah.
We just need to we need to arrange time or figure it out or do it ourselves.
Yeah.
And take care of it.
Yep.
And that's really about it.
Yep. No excuses on that one. Sorry, Kevin.
No, you messaged me the other day about it and I gave you the same answer. So yeah. I still have the massive box of gear wrench tools, the mechanics tool set thing in my shop in a corner, taking up space. So
yeah.
I have talked to Tyler off air about should we just give it to Trevor Clark because he's the obvious winner of who has the most tokens. But Tyler said, no, let's do this. And we just haven't got around to doing it.
Yeah. Sorry, Trevor. You got to work further.
Yeah. You got to get more. Somebody's got to win it properly.
Yeah. So yeah, we just,
I think Mr. Noodle wants to hide them.
Oh, that'd be good. He's out a lot.
Yeah.
So, it would not be, well, I wonder if we could find like pre-cut 1/2 inch wood circle discs, like 4-inch diameter on Amazon.
JDS has them.
JDS. I don't know that.
It's like a laser consignment store thing that sells all kinds of stuff to get lasered, like those little slate disc things. Like they have that, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, they probably have Amazon or ones probably have blank coasters.
Yeah,
that we could probably etch onto.
Okay, and it'd be easy enough to just create a jig and then put them in. So, yeah, we'll have to get on that. I do need to order more slate rounds, the 12-inch ones, because I'm making some 4-dice maps for SnailTrail.
Okay.
So,
did you order those off of Amazon?
Yeah, they're $8.
Dang.
$8 per slate round. They turned out awesome.
Okay.
So
yeah, well, Google little wood blank coasters, discs, wood, little small wood rounds.
Yeah. All right, cool. Let's. I'll order those up when I order up the slates, and then we'll see what we can do.
Perfect.
All right. Thank you, Kevin, for pushing us and giving us more work to do. Nick DeLuca was next to me.
All right. Nicholas.
That was a long one.
Oh, dang it.
Long-winded Nick. Here we go.
Always. Gladiator and 29s.
Hey, Jimmy and Tyler. It's the Gladiator on 29s. I'm listening to your most recent podcast. I think today's July 11th. And you guys are talking about Home Depot and not being able to get service in Home Depot because you can't even get access to things and there's no employees to let you in. I gotta say, I didn't want to call in about a non-off-roading topic, but this has been going on for some time in my area, especially at the Home Depot and the Walmart. The Walmart, basically everything in the store is locked up, and now you can't do self-checkout, and they only have 2 checkout checkers, so the lines are like all the way across the store. So basically, just trying to shop there is pointless. Like you go in, you have to wait, 10, 15 minutes for each item you need to be unlocked. And then when you go up to the front, they put everything you needed in little boxes that have to be opened. And they only have 2 registers. So the whole trip that should take 2-3 minutes, maybe 5 minutes, turns into an hour for some reason. And so this has really upset me lately. But what I found out is the online ordering is awesome at Home Depot and Walmart. So if you know exactly what you need, you just go online, you pick the items you need, and within like 45 minutes, they're ready for pickup. You pull up outside and you notify them on the app that you're there and they bring it to your car. Home Depot, you got to go inside or have them put it in a locker outside. But usually I can order it in my house. By the time I get there, it's ready for pickup. And so that's just what I've had to do. It seems like that's what industries are transitioning towards because they won't take the loss of theft, which has become an issue. So that's my advice. Do online ordering, pick it up yourself, and look forward to hearing the rest of the podcast. Hope you guys are doing well. Catch you on the next trip, and we'll see you.
I love that call.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because, it's...
That Nicholas guy's a smart character.
Don't say that out loud.
Oh, sorry.
He doesn't. No, I love that. That's a great idea. And I always forget about online ordering at an in-person store.
Yeah. I mean, I'll order it on Amazon.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can definitely do that. I know the assistant orders online at Target all the time.
Oh, okay.
And I'm thankful for that because then she doesn't randomly walk into the store and buy half the store.
Yes.
Right. She only gets the few things that she needs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a bunch of memes and stuff going around about, for a weekend trip or a getaway or something like that, take your lady out camping. She's going to love it. She's going to do all this and this. But most importantly, she's not going to end up at Target that weekend.
Yeah, exactly. Ding, ding, ding.
So yeah, that's a great piece of advice, Nick. I might actually start looking into doing that.
Yeah.
I just need to remember to do it. So.
How many times has Nick called in?
A lot.
And it's finally giving us a good piece of advice.
Right.
Yeah.
Did
I bring him back down?
Yeah, thank you. That's
right,
a nice, I like backhead in comments. This one is Ken from Wyoming.
Oh, we have a lot of Wyoming listeners.
Yeah, we do. There's not a lot going on in Wyoming. So
That's true.
That makes sense. The only good thing they have in their life is us.
Our podcast.
Sorry, guys. All right, here we can go, Ken.
Hey guys, this is Ken from Wyoming, currently driving my 4Runner. You guys just got done talking about kind of the keeping people informed. I think it was Jordan, maybe they called from Vegas. I fight this all the time at work. My people are pleasers. They're people pleasers, and I attribute it to them just determining or trying to figure out what people want to hear and saying that. So they're trying to please whoever they're talking to, including me. And it is really pervasive, and it's really surprising how people don't learn the idea, like you said, that people just want to be informed. They don't want surprises. In fact, my assistant manager came up with the slogan, "No surprises." And yet people still do it. So, I don't know. Just sharing some camaraderie here. I wish you guys the best. Thanks.
Yeah, that's a great point. People just want to be informed. There's an awesome quote. What's that writer's name?
Mark Twain.
Close. Not
Walt
really.
Whitman.
No, is the outdoor adventure writer
John Muir.
Jack
Kerouac.
Jack Kerouac. I think that is it. Jack Kerouac. What is the book and movie of
Miyazaki's Hollow's Castle, Endless Hollow.
Alexander Supertramp went to Alaska, stayed in the magic bus, died
because he ate the wrong berries.
Yep.
Yeah.
That one.
That movie.
Into the Wild.
Is that it? Yeah.
I think
There's another one with what's her face?
Yeah, the
Reese
lady
Witherspoon
version
or something.
Yeah. So anyway, the male version of it. There's a great quote from there that says, "More than money, more than fame, more than glory, give me truth."
Yes.
I just want information. I just want to know what's going on. And I think that we get caught up as human beings. I think we care a little too much. I was having an interesting conversation with the secretary about how we are such an interesting species, because any other animal in the natural kingdom, if their kid or their offspring was going to suck up more resources than they were worth, they would let that offspring die.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
it's true.
It's truth. And that's how the natural world works. But then us as a species in the natural world, we are extremely unique in that we value life more than anything else. And we will go through great lengths and spend great amount of resources to keep things alive.
Yes.
And so it's this, I think that we as a species care a lot, and maybe care a little too much, that we're afraid that if we tell people the truth, that it's just going to piss them off and they're going to get mad at us, or it's going to hurt their feelings or something. When in reality, it might do that. But the truth, in my opinion, is always a greater value than the temporary harm of being disappointed or something.
I don't like your hair.
Yes, you do. It's gorgeous. What is?
Just accept it.
No,
I don't like it.
You're not being truthful right now, Jimmy.
That's true.
Now, if you had said, I don't like the Forerunner, I'd be like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
We're
right.
done.
That's what I should have said. Dang it. Your new rap sucks.
I'm out of here. I'm leaving. I'm crying. Oh man, no, it's true though, and it's I think no surprises it's a great rule for life, kind of like no hospital.
Yes, so that did come out the last week for sure. That rule, mainly for me because I just do silly, stupid stuff,
like try and jump on a curb and miss.
Yes, the curb moved.
That's funny.
All right. Well, thanks for calling in, Ken. It was Ken from Wyoming, correct?
Yep.
Thanks for calling in and giving us some camaraderie and supporting Tyler.
Yeah.
And his truthfulness.
Truthfulness, I guess. Next one, Matt from South Florida.
Cool.
He's in the Keys.
Ooh.
Let's see what he's got to say.
Is there any wheeling down there?
Not really.
Just drive around on beaches?
Pretty much. That's what I guess.
Hey, Tyler, Jimmy, this is Matt in South Florida. I was just calling about episode 518. You guys mentioned the public lands charging for videos and photography. I think it's not a terrible idea to charge YouTubers a nominal fee, I don't know, $100 a year or something, to help raise money to take care of the public lands. The problem is the government's just going to use it as a money grab and charge too much. But, you know, if you're going to go and make money on the videos you're taking on the public lands, I don't think it's a bad idea to have a fee for that. It just has to be reasonable. Anyways, love the show. You guys are doing a good job. Bye.
I'm cutting that off. Yeah. Thoughts?
I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't like the idea of having to pay. But I do agree that there should be a lesser tier because I'm not like, if I go out onto national parks and shoot a video, I should not have to pay what the movies and movie producers are paying. Because if what I make off of my YouTube video is drastically or dramatically, I always get one of those confused, less than what a movie is going to be making.
Yeah.
I'm not making millions of dollars off of this. Right. We've been talking about this a lot. We're going to get Ben on to talk about it in the future.
Yep.
A correlated topic on this is drone flying.
Yeah.
You used to be able to get a drone and fly it and shoot it in YouTube videos and have it out there all you want. Right. And it wasn't an issue. And then what is it? The FAA came down on YouTubers because they weren't following the flying rules.
Yep. Airspace
rules. And now YouTubers everybody has to go get a license to fly these things. And then if you put the video in your YouTube video, they can come after you and ask to see your license.
Oh, wow.
Right. And so now there's like, I have a drone. I don't use it because I don't have the license. And so I can't put it and if I did use it, I couldn't put the footage into any of my videos. So it's sort of like, I understand that one. And so because I understand that logic, I've been applying that to this rule on national parks and it makes sense. I would want to know more behind how the money is put out. Like, I don't think, and if you're making money, I understand that you need to pay some money, but maybe it's a percentage, but I don't know how they're going to figure that out. Maybe it's a flat rate fee. Even if it's $100, it's probably not worth it for me to now shoot videos on those lands because I probably don't make $100 off of my YouTube videos from those videos.
Yeah.
So
I don't mind the idea of kind of creating like a permit.
Yeah.
So you pay $100 a year, $50 a year, something like that to have a permit to do it.
Yeah.
Because if there's a permit, then that means you have to go through a testing process typically that you have to undergo and say, oh, here's the way to responsibly shoot videos and photography in forests. Because I think the main issue from the public's perspective of this, from what I've been gathering, is that a lot of quote unquote YouTubers, social media influencers, whatever, are going into these places and destroying the places.
Right.
Or causing quote unquote havoc amongst the other users of the space. So if you have it permitted, that would mean they would have to go through some sort of education standard for doing it.
Right.
Which I think that is the important part, making sure they're educated, know how to do it responsibly, and the money for it, as long as it's something minuscule and it's not a money grab, I'm okay with that concept. But I don't like the idea of having to do a permit per video or a fee per video per content, because that just sounds to me like a money grab.
Right.
And it sounds unfeasible.
An annual fee.
An annual subscription, permit, license, whatever to go and do it. I think that would be good because then you can control the education of it.
Yeah. And I would almost guarantee that they would make more money at saying, hey, to get the permit to shoot videos in national parks, you have to take this test, and then the permit costs $50. And then you're allowed to shoot for the year in national parks.
Yeah.
They would make more money doing that than coming after YouTubers.
Yeah.
After the fact.
Yeah.
Right. Because I think more people, more Instagrammers or YouTubers or people in the photo industry would be like, yeah, $50. Okay, here you go.
Yeah.
Let me be free.
Yep. I think that would be a really good way to do it. I was initially very, very much against this whole thing. And I think I like this attempt of a solution option. Yeah. My main worry with everything, especially when it comes to governmental regulations, is how can it be misused? Because that's a lot of the problems we're having right now with wilderness areas, with creating new wilderness areas. It's being misused by government agencies right now for ulterior motives and agendas, rather than this is a beautiful area, let's make it a wilderness area kind of thing. So I'm not one for preservation. I don't think we should be trying to preserve things, and I don't think it's feasible to preserve things. I think that evolution is always going to happen. I think that things are always going to change, and the way that you mitigate damage is to have things change sustainably. And so I think that trying to preserve something, like everybody who argues that the Rubicon Trail needs to stay the same, it should never be altered.
Okay.
I'm like, it's not feasible. It's always something's going to alter it. Nature's going to alter it. People are going to alter it. Something's going to happen. The trick is, how do we make that sustainable alterations? And I think, again, people care a little bit too much about their experience they had that one time on the trail. They want it to always be like that.
Sure.
And I think the same concept gets applied to wilderness areas where people are like, no, we need to preserve it. And the same issue that we're having with our forests right now, we tried to preserve the forests, and now we're having these massive wildfires because the whole forests are not running healthily. They're not healthy forests, I guess. They're too dense, too impacted.
Yeah, but isn't that the way they would be if we weren't around? No,
because forest fires would be able to run normally, thus clearing out dead vegetation and fuels and everything.
We would have more often smaller forest fires because forest fires would be happening. But since we've limited what can be done in the forest, they've overgrown, and now the forest fires can run rapid because there's vegetation everywhere.
Yep. And we put a lot of effort into stopping forest fires as much as possible right away in the past. And now we're starting to learn, we can let forest fires burn a little bit as long as they don't get out of control.
Sure.
And it's healthy for the ecosystem in that area to do that.
There are some seeds that need the fire to germinate.
Mm-hmm.
So Yeah, I agree with you and disagree with you. I do think that there is some level of sustainability within nature that needs to happen, like Yosemite. Like, we can't let, people create rock climbing trails everywhere they want. They shouldn't, in a way, maybe be able to go randomly off trail, off track to go climb any random rock pile out there that they want, and I'm just using that as an example because it's an extreme example. It's a good one. And it's a neutral ground, right? Like, it's not off-roading and it's not straight up nature. It's a neutral ground in our area. I'm sure there's a rock climber out there that's yelling at me. But it's, you can't let everything, anything happen, you can't, because then it'll get decimated. And you can't completely hold back 100%. And say that it has to stay perfectly the same, and we can't let rocks fall, and we have to hold up the wall because that's the way the wall's always been, or whatever, because nature happens. But talking, I'm going to bring this up and then I'm just going to let it go because we're going to talk about this in the future with Blue Ribbon Coalition. But Soup Bowl, for example. Right. There used to be vegetation on top of Soup Bowl. Right. So many people have driven that not part of the trail, myself and you included, that now all the vegetation is gone. Is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? Now it's a fun obstacle, not technically part of the trail. But before there used to be vegetation, you used to not be able to do that obstacle, go up that line, that direction, because there was vegetation up there. So I don't know. Is that, where does the line get drawn and how do you draw that line? I don't have an answer for. And that's the tricky part of it, right? Because that in terms of preservation, the preservist would say, we're not allowed to go there. We're not allowed to be in that area anymore. Absolutely.
Whereas I think a balanced, maintain sustainable option would be, let's find a way that people can still recreate and get their fill, while still maintaining the overall balance to the ecosystem in that area. So vegetation on one rock ledge probably doesn't impact the ecosystem that much in that area, but like in an area in Moab where you have cryptobiotic soil that you need in order to have vegetation there. And if that gets destroyed, then no vegetation anywhere. That could damage the ecosystem in that area. So I don't know. It depends on the density of the ecosystem and what's going on. How do you keep people on trail? I think maps is a great. I think there's
and now there's on top of Soup Bowl there's dropped trees that are outlining where you're allowed to be or not allowed to be because they are trying to prevent people from driving even further off trail. So there's definitely ways to.
We got our obstacle. But we need to keep it within reason. We can't be going way off over there too.
Exactly.
So,
okay.
Oh, fun topics.
It's a doozy of a one. I do like the idea of a flat fee though. I agree. As long as it's not like $thousands. Right. And maybe it's, I don't know. Maybe it does come down to how many videos do you plan on making or something like that. I don't know. There's options out there. I think that a low cost, lower barrier of entry for people that aren't having a bunch of people on a movie set is not a bad idea.
I agree. And cool.
All right.
Next on.
One more because we're already at like half an hour.
Oh geez. Well, this one's a long one. That's a two-parter. Nick from Montana.
Oh,
so
Ramsey again, huh? From our text message.
Is it the same number? Yep. It is. So Nick from Montana, we've got 2 long voicemails. So we'll do these and that'll be it for today.
Okay.
What's up, guys? Nick from Montana. I actually made a list this time, so maybe I'll get to it all in one message. Heat waves are coming up here to Montana. It's now 95 degrees, so we're essentially bursting into flame.
In Montana,
and before people laugh at us, I want to remind you that it's 135 degrees warmer than it was in the middle of winter. So
It's negative 40. Wow.
Trail access, a huge thing that I believe in myself. Kind of like Jimmy, I'm also like a big hiker, outdoor recreator, climber, all that kind of stuff. And it's tough being in two opposing groups. Like out here, we seem to do fairly okay, but I think it's just because we have like maybe over 1 million people in the state. We're able to share trails a little bit more reasonably. Though as more Californians are coming in, we're ruining this state. So we just need to keep in mind that everybody wants to recreate in the best way that they can. And sometimes it is obnoxious to hear a 2-stroke 300, ripping through the mountains while you're on a nice, happy hike. So always remember that you're an ambassador of your sport, regardless of what it is. And having those positive reactions or interactions with people is going to go way further than like being a dick and trying to throw somebody off a cliff, which has happened or not tried to happen to me. Ice axe tossing. I'm here to tell you that technical ice climbing axes, very difficult to get to stick. It does happen. I've spent many hours trying to do that, sitting down there at belay, waiting for somebody to finish a climb, responsibly, of course, and not trying to kill anybody with a pokey axe. The like walking axes, they stick pretty good, but you got to have the right ice conditions. Happy to consult on the ice axe throwing business, Tyler. And before I get cut off, last one, Mojito story. He is a big, huggable, happy guy. He and I are about the same size. We're at a campground, and in the middle of the night, somebody's like, we hear a domestic violent kind of like argument happening, and then you hear punches landing, and both he and I like ran up to go, I guess, murder somebody in the middle of the campground. And we get out there, and it's the girl hitting the guy, and we're both kind of like, oh, okay, that's fine. I mean, as long as you're not pounding on her.
Oh, you got cut off.
You got cut off there.
That's funny.
Let's finish
That's
this up.
not how I expected that that ending to be. Yeah.
Here we go.
That guy got cut off. Too many stories. So Mojito and I, 2 gorillas come running out from our campsite. We're ready to, do fix some domestic violence situation, probably in the worst way possible. She was hitting the guy. We're both kind of like, oh, okay, well, that's fine. But the sheer terror on the dude's face when 2 6'4", 275 dudes come running out looking like they want to hurt him, it was pretty hilarious. Anyway, Mojito was able to help them resolve their issue, and I was upset that I didn't get to fight somebody. And what was my last note? Rubicon Dog. We keep talking about how to put a dog in a truck. Alex Floria over in Reno has come up with a solution. He's essentially made like a Yeti cooler with an open top kind of design as a platform for your dog to sit in and harness. So like it keeps the dog contained in the truck, and it also allows you to harness it in. And because it's all plastic, you don't have like nasty wet lab goo all over the back seat. It stays fairly contained into that area. So give him a check. Check him out, Alex, and his company is Rubicon Dog. I think that's it. Have fun. Keep crawling. I just got brakes on the axles for my Yoda, so we're getting closer. There's just, $12,000 more of tube and shock to buy. All right. Love you. Proud of you. Do I know Jason G? Probably. I'm Moose. Everybody in the Bay Area probably knows me as Moose. So what's up, Jason?
Too funny.
All
Connecting
right.
dots here.
Yeah.
Here, I got a fun mojito story for you before we close out. One of the first times I met Mojito, he was the door person at a party. So it was like there was a party going on the inside, and he was like the bouncer.
Okay.
Right. It was a 2-piece party. You're only allowed to wear 2 articles of clothing.
Okay.
And he checked thoroughly.
Oh, really?
Everybody. Absolutely.
That's funny.
And so, yeah, you were only allowed 2 pieces of clothing to get in. And that's
so like 1 sock on each foot would be 2 pieces, or
2 pieces.
Okay.
Yep. So if you showed up with that, he'd probably not check you out very much.
That's funny.
Yeah. I think I just, like I wore a t-shirt and shorts, or something like that. Shoes were allowed, obviously, but yeah. But he would pull your pants out and make sure you're not wearing any chonies underneath. But yeah.
That's funny.
And he's so big, you don't question it.
You don't question. You just go with it.
Okay. Yep. No undies. Can I go in now? Yeah. Okay. But yeah, those were fun.
Nice.
Fun days.
Well, cool. Thanks, Moose, for calling in. Nick Moose. Moose Nick. Moose Nick.
Moose Ramsey.
Moose Ramsey Nick from Montana.
Yeah, something like that.
The Montana Moose.
Yep.
All right, there you go.
I appreciate the phone call there, buddy.
I was very confused when he started talking about ice axes.
Yeah, I forgot about that conversation.
Then it clicked after a while.
Axe throwing, that ice axe throwing. Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, cool. I agree. And the access and how do we get everybody to play well together is just understand that if one form of recreation can shut down another form of recreation, then what's to say that anybody, they can't shut us down, we can't shut them down, right? So if everybody's on a fair level playing field and you just say recreation is recreation, then, and we just find a way to all work together on it, that's really what it has to come down to. Because otherwise, yeah, what's to say snowmobilers can't shut down snow wheelers?
Yeah.
So
yeah, I don't know.
Or vice versa.
I think there's many lines to be drawn there, but the question is how do we not cross the lines?
Yeah.
What is recreation? What would be considered recreation?
Yeah.
Where is, is disc golf recreation?
Yeah.
So is disc golf course gonna be allowed out on the Rubicon?
That would be fun to have one in the bowl.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
I mean, I'm not completely opposed to it, but then we have disc golfers walking down the Rubicon trail and you have off-roaders trying to drive it, and then one's getting mad about the other because they're out there, so I don't know how to draw that line.
Yeah.
That's my final words of this entire snail mail segment, seems like.
Cool. All right, man. So that does it. If you guys want to call in, leave us some of your feedback. We will play your voicemail, talk about your text message, whatever it is. And so that we get to hear your voice. Everybody else gets to hear your voice. And you can start interacting with us and we get to interact with you. It's a lot of fun. So you can do that. 916-345-4744 is that voicemail number. And that's all I got, man.
Sounds good.
All right, everybody. Keep crawling. Peace.
The number you have called has been disconnected.